Today, Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio will present his plan for a weapon detection system inside JCPS middle and high schools. A number of JCPS parents have recently demanded enhanced safety after those reports of students bringing guns to class. Dr. Polio's plan does not use metal detectors. According to a presentation posted on the school board's website, the weapon detection system is different and would cost about $17 million plus money for staffing. If approved, the district would start installing these machines this fall. Our Taylor Woods explains how we got to this point and what parents want to see from the district.
After multiple safety incidents at Conway Middle School and other JCPS schools, parents are speaking up. On Friday, a gun was found in the backpack of a student. Here's what Superintendent Marty Polio said last Wednesday.
Kids having access to handguns is not a positive thing, and we've got to find a way to stop that, and I will be an advocate for that.
In February, Dr. Polio and his staff were challenged by parents at a board meeting, holding signs requesting metal detectors.
A proposal to install metal detectors at the April 25th board meeting.
Ashley Russ feels the same way when she received an email about a gun being found at her child's school.
I was mad because I believe if they have all the security that they do have at the school, that they should be able to afford metal detectors.
Polio is standing firm behind safety and weapons detection.
What we're going to provide is really advanced technology, which is weapons detection, which is much more expensive, but it's similar to what they use to enter the Kentucky Derby.
Russ says she never would have imagined middle school students bringing weapons to school. One of her kids is in virtual school because of the family's safety concerns.
There's been lots of fights that's been recorded, a lot of fights posted on YouTube or on Facebook groups. There's been guns found there before.
Polio says after looking at schools with weapon detections in Charlotte, Jacksonville, and Lexington, he feels they are strongly needed in Louisville.
There is no doubt the challenge will not just be, the cost will not be the challenge. We can do that. The challenge will be the staffing.
Taylor Woods, WHAS11 on your side.
A report detailing the unsafe conditions inside the Louisville jail for both inmates and corrections officers says if these issues are not addressed soon, more people could die inside. After a year-long investigation led by former FBI agent David Byer, they found 10 of the 13 in-custody deaths since late 2021 could be linked to these 5 issues. Prior leadership allowed shortcomings. The facilities are woefully inadequate and outdated. They also said there is not enough staff, and some of the corrections officers have failed to adhere to basic security protocol. And lastly, the medical care program needs an overhaul. Our Isaiah Kim Martinez explains what's next for this department.
An inadequate facility, poor supervision, lackluster training, and short staffing are largely to blame for deaths inside Louisville Metro Corrections. That's according to David Byer, the former FBI agent assigned by Metro Council to investigate the jail. Now, after numerous interviews and tours inside, he's determined prior city leadership allowed issues to fester, and it'll be up to the current administration to make big changes. That includes pursuing a new facility. In his findings, Byer shows photos inside Louisville's jail demonstrating how its design creates blind spots, preventing officers from having constant, direct oversight. The report also highlights the building lacks the space for medical and mental health services to be provided properly. Byer notes inmates saying mental health patients are housed with the general population and that it frequently takes 2 to 3 weeks to be seen by a medical professional. Metro Council President Marcus Winkler says funding for a new facility would be years away, but they could start coming up with a plan now.
I think when you look at that facility, it's probably past its functional life, and that we should begin work to look at what should a new and modern facility look like. And that includes things like mental health and substance abuse services. Start the process of looking at what is our capital strategy around a corrections facility.
Corrections Union President Daniel Johnson is calling for action right now.
If we don't get an updated facility, you're just putting a Band-Aid on a long-term problem. We've seen what the Department of Justice will come in and do, and we just don't want to wait until the same thing happens to us.
And that report also came out with 22 recommendations. One of them is to create housing specifically for inmates with severe mental health challenges. Another is to separate violent from nonviolent offenders.
Today, we're here to honor a hero. If you look behind us, that's a big part of what Louisville's about.
The Metro Police Foundation unveiled this banner on Bluegrass Parkway over in Jeffersontown Monday, recognizing the brave actions of Metro Police Officer Nicholas Wilt. He was shot while responding to the Old National Bank shooting. The 20-foot sign shows Officer Wilt in his LMPD uniform with the words "Wilt's Louisville."
This means so much to the family to be able to see a physical representation of how much the community loves and appreciates the sacrifice that Nick has made.
Now, Officer Wilt is still in critical condition at the hospital. The community invited to a prayer vigil for him hosted by the city of Jeffersontown. It's happening tonight at 7 in front of the Jeffersontown Senior Center on Watterson Trail. Well, Old National Bank is donating $1 million to help those impacted by that shooting. $600,000 will go to the Love for Louisville Old National Survivors Fund to help employees and their families who were victims in that shooting. The Metro Police Foundation will receive $150,000 of that to support Officer Wilt. Another $150,000 will benefit the U of L Hospital Trauma Center. The remaining $100,000 will be given to the Red Cross. A Metro police officer and another driver are recovering after a crash in Newburgh. It happened at the intersection of Old Shepherdsville Road and Armsmere Way around 6 last night. Police say the LMPD SUV was on Shepherdsville without its lights and sirens on when a Jeep turned in front of it. The crash caused the Jeep to flip over. The officer and the driver of that Jeep were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. 2 people arrested in Shelby County accused of stealing a television production truck from Bellarmine University worth $1.2 million. The theft happened around 5 Monday morning, and hours later, deputies in Shelby County stopped a white truck matching the description of the one used in that theft. They took Chris Reed and Amanda Phillips into custody, both of whom had warrants for unrelated crimes. Through the investigation, police ended up in a barn off Old Hetty Road in eastern Jefferson County. Investigators believe some of the media equipment is in that trailer and the rest in Shelby County.